This is the blended learning module template. I put it together for you to give you an idea as you're building your module, what you want to pay attention to. So I'm going to take this document and then we will work between the document and Blackboard, and I will take you through the process step by step so you can see where each piece of information falls within Blackboard's learning module. Okay, so the first thing on this document talks about modules. And what we are going to do is we are going to use the Blackboard learning module to create the module. And again, when you go to create your final project, this is only one option available to you. I created a course shell for you that you can use to transfer this information into your Blackboard course shell if you choose to do so. And let's go ahead and get started here. So this says modules. The first thing you want to do is decide how you're going to present your module. So remember last week our assignment was to set up the content that would go in a module, and you had to decide if you wanted to do that by week, by topic, or by unit. So that's when you set up your module, you need to make sure that students totally understand what that module is going to consist of. I gave you an example down here. So Unit 1, you can put the dates in, let them know what chapters or what topics will be included, and then state the objectives for this unit. And then I put in here a mark your calendar, because remember, you're going to have a face-to-face piece and an online piece, and you want to make sure students have full understanding as to what that is going to be from one module to the next. Week-to-week modules aren't going to be as complex as units or topics, so you just need to make sure students have the information they're going to need right from the very get-go to be successful. So here I have kind of an idea, and I'm just going to highlight this and copy this into Blackboard so we don't have to do a lot of typing. Now in Blackboard we can transfer the information from the worksheet or from the template to the module. So remember, I created two folders over here, two links to content pages. So I'm going to go into week 1. And I'm going to build content, but instead of adding an item, so you probably recognize this as a content page, instead of adding an item, I'm going to add a learning module. Okay, and I will keep everything consistent. So in the module I put Unit 1 and I put dates in here. This is good for students to see so they know exactly what they're working with. And then I just copied and pasted that information from the document that I'm working with, just for purposes of not having to do a lot of typing. So what this is going to do is it's going to give your students at a glance everything that's going to be happening inside this module. And it gives them face-to-face office hours and those kind of things all in one place, so they don't have to keep going back and forth to the schedule. The learning module gives you some options. If you set this to yes, you can enforce sequential viewing, so students have to look at one page before they move to the next page. I usually don't set that. I usually let them kind of move forward and let them look through things as they want to. And then open a new window. I like to set this to no, because learning modules kind of work funky when you open them in a new window, because they sit on top of your Blackboard page, but you don't know that it's sitting on top, so once students are in there they don't know how to get out of there. So I usually let this set to no. And then you have your permit view and the track views, so you can keep track of how students are using or going into your modules. And then this is your display before and display after date, so you can set it so it turns on and off. This is good if you're creating an entire semester's worth of work ahead of time. You can set this up so the unit goes on just at the time you want it to show up. Over here, show table of contents. You can actually hide those links, that table of contents links, by clicking over here and saying no. And then the other thing is you can number or letter your table of contents. I'm just going to leave it set to the default. So when you close up your unit, this is what it's going to look like. And this is your learning module. I'm just going to make a couple edits here. You probably notice that when you copy over bullets from a Word document, it messes up your document. So let's see if we take a couple of those out of there, what happens. And then the other thing is, I'm just going to leave this set to Unit 1, because when students come in here, it shows them Unit 1. The dates are right here, so we don't need to repeat that. And the other thing over here with our menu, I'm going to keep it consistent with the module. So let's go ahead and rename this link to Unit 1. And I'll put the dates out here. So students coming in will go to the menu. They'll know exactly what dates they're working in. They'll click the menu item. It'll take them to this page. It will tell them everything they need to know before they enter the unit. And then when they click on this, it will take them into the learning module.